Yep.
I feel like such a boomer. I don't even use Spotify or any of that. I
Hey,
just
guys.
pirate.
Welcome back to the Earflute podcast. This is episode 3.
Earflute?
Yeah, Earflute. We have a special guest today.
Hello.
Yeah, he introduced himself. His name is
I'm Andrew.
Andrew.
I'm the special guest.
Yeah. He's like podcast co-host number 2.
Yeah, I'm just here. I know some things about music.
Like
Not
what?
a lot. I like rock a lot. That's definitely my place, man. So
Like a rocking chair?
yeah. More soft rock, but I don't know, I like all rock.
I'm more of a bolder kind of guy.
Oh.
That was far too long.
That pause. I was thinking of something to say, and it's like, how do I even respond to that? Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, okay. So I'm excited to be on the show.
I am too, personally. We've never had a guest before. This might become a regular thing. He might be like the Jax Films of the Earflute podcast.
Wait, why Jax Films?
In the H3 podcast. That's what he's referencing, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, Alex, take it away from here.
All right. So the album we will be listening to today is one of the greatest albums. It's one of the greatest albums from. No, it's just I just opened a YouTube and it just like full volume and it just said open wide. I'm like,
Wow.
it scared me. But yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna be listening to Leviathan by Mastodon because it's really good. It's according to Wikipedia, and as we all know, Wikipedia is the greatest source of information in the world. It is a progressive / sludge metal album. Mastodon's previous album, this is their second album. Their previous album was more sludge, and as you go down their discography, it gets more progressive. You know, they become more and more liberal.
Libtard.
Okay, boomer.
Ooh.
Oof. You have been destroyed.
Yeah.
Liberal destroyed.
All right. So now what do we do?
Now,
listen to it.
Yeah, wow. That's a great idea there.
Do we start listening to it now? Or
yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Okay.
Well, we mute kind of, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so everyone have it up in their respective forms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
First song, Blood and Thunder.
Blood and Thunder.
Let's get it. Ooh.
Oof.
So what we do is we listen to one song at a time.
Yeah, okay.
And then when it's done, we come back and we discuss it a little bit.
Cool.
So what you guys think of those drums? Those drums are real good. I love those drums.
I like that, man.
No, the thing that really caught my attention the most, I think, was probably the vocals.
Yeah, they're a bit. It's kind of the sludge metal aesthetic where it's kind of faded.
Mm-hmm.
Faded
You guys ever listen to Wolfmother? Like similar vibes, I would say.
I have not heard of Wolfmother. I will write them down. Hold
on. I'd say Wolfmother is a bit softer, maybe, but definitely like in this genre.
Yeah, this was released in 2004. This album, and I have a lot of nostalgic connections to this album because I remember I had especially this song. I had it on my my really crappy old iPod, and I listened to it all like on repeat all the time through like long flights. It was and yeah, with its the bad quality of the iPod almost helps make it more sludge metal. You know,
Hmm.
it's actually
So is kind of the So here's my secret reason for bringing Andrew onto the podcast. So I've already kind of listened to this album already.
What?
However,
You can't do
sorry,
that.
I know, but Andrew is completely new to this album.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So personally, my experience with this album is like I'm not a metalhead. I'm just gonna put that out here. I like a couple songs on this album already, but like when I first listened to this thing front to back, I didn't really ever want to return to it. However, Alex has presented me a new opportunity to re-listen to this album, and we can all kind of share our
and
experience with it.
Yeah.
I am a metalhead. In case no one here knows, I love me
I,
the hard rock.
I'm not, although I do like hard rock, I think. I don't know. Sort of mixed. So I'll see how it goes, man. Like, I think the lyrics were pretty heavy for me. Like, just the way that they're not the lyrics, sorry, the vocals, not the lyrics, the vocals. So yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of lyrics,
Yeah.
oh wait, okay, this is gonna be weird. So Alex, you go first, and then we'll go on
I
to
was
lyrics.
gonna say that Leviathan has like a different vocal. The vocals are different here than their first album. Kind of has the same sort of vocals, but after this, the vocals get a lot different because almost every member of the band contributes vocals, and sub members sound very different than others. I'm pretty sure that this first song has a lot heavier vocals than the other songs on this album. But
Yeah, that's
my
what I seem to
memory,
remember. That's what I
my
remember the most.
memory, I don't remember much because I am literally I have the brain of a 90-year-old man with dementia. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, same. If you listen to our
Are
older
you?
episodes, if you listen to our older episodes, we're both constantly forgetting like the names of other albums and artists when we try to compare. So let's move on to the lyrics here. For those who don't know, well, you probably don't know. Well, you probably do. This album is a bit of a concept album, and it's based off of the story of Moby Dick. Now, I think that is it's a pretty good idea, but it doesn't take like the typical story of Moby Dick, because I've read a little bit of it. I haven't finished it yet, but it doesn't actually take place from the perspective of Ishmael, which is the typical main character of the story. It actually takes place from the perspective of Ahab. And if you like think of Ahab as a character, from what I've read, I made it to like the middle part. He's not wrathful to say, but he's very vengeance oriented. And so that really, I think, comes through in the tone and style of the lyrics here. There's just this whole first song is basically his manifesto. The white whale is his holy grail because he's trying to get revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
can
a
see
big.
that.
Oh, sorry. I'll let you speak.
Yeah, I can see that in the lyrics. Like, I have no idea. I have no reference for sorry, what's the book called again?
Moby Dick.
Yeah, I have no reference for Moby Dick. I haven't read it, so
I thought you said you're going to read it in a day.
I was thinking about that, but then I didn't. I actually I've read a chapter or two. I just couldn't get through it. It's pretty.
I can lend you my copy.
I think I have it. But the lyrics kind of, I don't know. I like the lyrics. They're pretty good.
Yeah, my only experience with Moby Dick is that they used to reference it in the graphic novel series Bone. Remember that?
Oh yeah! Wow.
They
Oh,
used to
dude.
reference
Throwback.
Moby Dick. Throwback.
Yeah, that was good.
Gen
That was
Z,
good
what
though.
up?
Bone is really good.
Bone
It
is
really
great.
is.
Phenomenal.
When I was a kid and I was reading Bone, I didn't read them in order because my library never had like book 1, then book 2, and so like I just read like whatever random copy I had. and I tried to piece the story together. So like I think I started with book 5, and then I jumped back to book 3, then I went to book 8, and then I went back to like book 7, and then I went to book 2, and I just like hopped all over just trying to figure out the story. And that was pretty fun, but it was really confusing and dumb.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that this is a concept album, and I'm a real sucker for concept albums.
Which is a hallmark of like progressive rock and progressive metal, etc. All right, so I think we've talked enough about song 1, track 1. Track 2, I Am Ahab. Let's listen. Whoa.
Yeah, that had the early songs in this have a very faded vocal style.
I like that though.
Sorry?
I enjoy that. That's good. I think I don't know. They add to they're the vocals are almost treated as like another instrument. I would say, sort of just there in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that too. When I hear this song, it's almost like it's the ocean itself kind of singing. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird, just like how harsh the vocals is. I always just think of like waves crashing onto rocks, but a lot more violent.
this album has a really good like atmosphere, and
Oh yeah.
and I have a CD of it, and I always have it like on in the background, and oh, it's so good.
So Andrew, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I like this song much better than the first one actually. I think because the centerpiece here, like in the first song, was definitely the lyrics. Like the lyrics and the vocals were more prevalent.
Yeah.
In this one, it's much more instrumental, and that's I like that. It gives it a nice atmosphere almost. You know, right?
Right. I get that too. I'm really attracted to like atmospheric music. So I listen to a lot of like longer pieces of music. I think oh sorry, I'm talking a lot. You guys go.
No, I'm just too gung ho. I always want to say something, and then I always overtalk people. So I'm just gonna. It's just that if you like this song, I'm pretty sure you're gonna love the next song because that's one of my favorite songs on this album.
Right. But before we move on to that, let's talk a little bit more about let's talk more about I want to talk more about this song. So I don't understand the lyrics at all.
No. That's I think that's the point. Sort of like they're not like the main aspect of the song. I would say anyway, at least for me, like the main point of the song was the guitar, the drums, the snare, right? Like it was all there. It all came together really beautifully.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I think the lyrics are still kind of somewhat significant. But that is true. I think that to contrast between this song and the previous one, I think what the previous song was trying to do is it was more establishing, kind of like in a film, you have your establishing shot. So I think the last song was a lot more kind of, I don't want to say obvious, but like as a bad way, but it's very kind of plain. Like when you interpret the lyrics, it's pretty plain, kind of like what's going on. It's like, oh, this is Captain Ahab, whatever. But then the next song, which is literally titled I Am Ahab, this is almost nothing about a person, unless this is like some kind of weird narrative where it's like there's magic in the water that attracts all men, and then it just points to Captain Ahab. You understand? I'm rambling a little bit, but I hope you can
Well,
see.
I haven't read Moby Dick, so I think some significance is lost to me.
Well, I don't think I'm not. That's not really kind of what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is like the first song is more literally about Captain Ahab, but then the second song, which is titled "I Am Ahab," has almost nothing to do with him.
I know what you're talking about. It's more like instead of just directly saying something about him, it's more like an overarching, just general feeling about this person. You know?
It's very descriptive, I'd say, the lyrics for the second one.
Hmm.
This song is very much like the sea. It is both gentle and harsh. Is both beautiful and
Abrasive.
harsh. I'm just gonna use harsh again.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah, that's spot on.
All right, guys.
Next
Let's
one,
move on to track
Sea Beast.
3. Wait, sorry. Yeah,
it's my favorite.
Sea Beast. It's your favorite? All
One
right.
of my favorites.
Yeah, that was nice.
I know, right?
Yeah, I like that. It sort of brought you from one place to another. I'll wait till Llewis is finished.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Yo.
Yeah, so like 40 seconds into the YouTube thing, I had to like switch to my phone because I don't know, it just sounded awful to me. Like it just was so compressed.
Oh.
My phone quality, the quality on my phone was much better. I'm a bit of an audiophile, so I like to
Right.
really pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not, but yeah. Anyways, thoughts?
Ooh, I like this song. Yeah.
What about those vocals?
Yeah, the vocals. I loved how they alternated, man. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it went from like get really clean vocals, and then it goes back into kind of more growling, and then goes back into clean. I thought that was really nice.
I don't know what is up with those, with like that faded kind of sound, but I just love it. I can't get enough of it. Where
It's got a lot of
just,
like tinny reverb on his voice when during the clean sections.
I know it just, I don't know what about it. I just can't get enough. It's just so good.
It really cuts through like all of like the noise that's in the background. Like not noise isn't a bad thing, but it like cuts through it, and you can it's really interesting. It's like a nice contrast.
What about these lyrics? I'm trying to make sense of them, but
Okay, so Queequeg is in the story. He's from the Pacific, and what I remember about his character is like he's a big guy, and he he kind of he hangs around Ishmael. He's a foreigner, and he worships an idol. He has like a little pocket idol that he keeps with him. And I think in the story, I think in the ending, he either gets swallowed by the whale or he kills the whale. One of the two.
What about the open wound placed upon my heart in anger's rage?
Oh, I think I remember something specific about that. I think like Queequeg had like done something, or like he was accused of doing something. I think that's a specific reference to the novel, but I honestly can't remember. I'm gonna Google this. Who's Queequeg? What did he do? Oh, he's from a fictional island, by the way, from Rokovoko. Yeah. You guys can keep talking, by the way, if you want.
Yeah, I'm also reading about Queequeg, but I'm sure it'd be better if I read the book.
But yeah, this is such a good song. It just feels it. I don't. The vocals bring in all of the instruments. It's just the vocals kind of like tie them together, and
Oh yeah.
it just sounds so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love the instrumentation. It's fantastic. The guitar like is just amazing. Whoever the guitarist, I gotta check him out.
Who is he? This boy. Is Mastodon like one of those bands that like switches up their lineup a lot?
No, I think they've had like the same basic 4 people.
So there's Brent Hines who's on the guitar, and then there's also Bill who's on rhythm guitar. Brent Hines and then Bill Keller. Yeah. So another thing with metal, when it comes to like more intense songs, kind of like in metal or just that kind of general stuff, is like kind of have to be in the mood for it. So normally, like, I can't like wake up in the morning and like make breakfast while listening to Mastodon, right? But if I'm playing like a video game or something, I can have them in the background. It's actually I can get really into it. So yeah.
Yeah, what metal is good at is making you feel adrenaline. That is what it's
Mhm.
very good at. That's why Doom has the soundtrack it does.
Oh, Doom. It's a great game. Although it's funny when they were making Doom, they didn't have license any of. Wow, I'm not picking up. When they were making Doom, they didn't have the licenses for like any of the songs that they used, so they just barely avoided like several lawsuits.
That's all right.
It's like people like I saw a video where it basically showed how like all of Doom songs are like rip-offs of like famous metal riffs and stuff. They
All
just
right.
like ripped it directly.
Yeah, I know. It's like some of them are just like, wow. They literally just
Also,
digitized that whole song. Sorry?
cool fact. Apparently this album was rated as the best metal album by Metal Sucks of the 21st century.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
Is that
Metal
good? Like,
Sucks is actually a metal magazine or website, but they call it Metal Sucks.
That's funny. Best of the 21st century. It's like only
But
2004.
well, that's what they say. It's one of the best.
Oh, I thought you said the best.
Well, yeah, according to Wikipedia, they named it the best. In
Four.
2009 and 2015, they named it the best.
Wow. So let's like dive into these lyrics, all right? Let's dive. Wow, okay, this is going a lot quicker than last episode.
Well,
Last
yeah.
episode was a slog. Oh, okay.
wait,
Here
so
we
what
go.
are we going to the next song?
No, let's just dive into the lyrics first
Oh, the lyrics?
of
Dude,
this song.
I don't even know how to. Okay, go
Wait.
ahead.
No, gold left. No, Alex, no.
No, I just muted. I had to say something. My brother is being very loud,
Oh, I see.
so I gave him the old 1-2 punch. Boom. Now he's dead.
Yeah, Sonny. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Another
wow.
part of the lyrics that stands out is holding past an ash black earth, bound by roots and sand.
Hmm.
It's just interesting for me, sort of. I don't know why, but it is.
Where is it? Oh, yeah, the one. Holding past an ash block.
Also, I just want to say,
Really great imagery.
the imagery for the album is really good. This is from their vinyl special edition, which I still can't find yet. I'm very sad about it.
Hmm.
I still can't find their vinyl special edition.
Oh, wow, that's nice. It's like expanded of the cover art.
Yeah, they expanded it.
I think wow, I don't have much to say at this. This is pretty good. Hmm.
Cool fact, the next song was
Alright.
actually featured in Monsters University in a scene.
Oh,
They got
right.
yes. I'll put that in the chat after we listen to it.
Like Monsters University.
Yeah, this song was the next song was actually put in Monsters University.
Right. There's like the scene where like the woman's like in the car and she puts all the
Yeah.
people out and then gonna listen to my favorite tunes, closes the door, and then it's just
I'm excited to listen to Hearts Alive.
Hearts Alive. What's that?
That's their it's their 14-minute track.
Oh my gosh. That's gonna be epic.
I
All
think
right.
I think yeah, that's quite an atmospheric one. I think I remember.
We haven't
You guys,
listened to a. Sorry, go on.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we haven't listened to a track longer than I think 6 minutes on this podcast.
Yeah, every track except for that one is under 5 in for Leviathan.
All right. So without let's Well, let's just give it a little listen. Let's give it a spin
Alright,
on the old
we're
record.
gonna do Island.
Yep,
The
Island.
Island. I think it's Island, but I don't know. It's like the another spelling of Iceland.
Oh, right.
That's like the traditional way to spell Iceland with is
Interesting.
IS.
All right. Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. That's what I call punchy.
Well, that was good, guys. There's the riff there, like I think 2 minutes 20. That was phenomenal. That was just amazing.
This is such a wow. This is a really cool song.
Let me listen to the Monsters University thing.
Yes.
Nice.
It's crazy how they just snuck that in there. That's really cool.
I know. It's I actually watched that on cable just the other day, and I was like waiting for that scene to come up.
I mean, this album is really acclaimed. Like I've been looking into it. Like a lot of websites give it 9 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s. Rolling Stone ranked it 46 on their list of the 100 greatest metal albums of all time.
Wow.
It's a big deal. This was kind of the album that made Mastodon.
And then they made Crack the Sky, which I like better.
Which is like, they get more progressive the further down you get. Although I really have a soft spot for their first album, even though no one talks about it.
I love their art. Their album art is phenomenal.
Who's the artist for that? That's like.
Let me check. I just read it.
Paul Romano.
Paul Romano. I feel like I've heard that before. I might be thinking of someone else though. Yeah, that's cool when I really like it when bands do that, where they like pick an artist for all their album covers. Like Yes did that, well, for classic Yes. And then there's a couple other bands, but I can just mostly think of Yes who did that.
Getting back to the song, I think out of all the ones I listened to, this is my least favorite.
Really?
I don't know why. I just
personally, when I listen to this song, and when I listen to this album in general, I was not used to like the abrasive vocal style. It's not screaming. Well, this one is. This one is harsher. Like so far we've established like kind of two voices. Like there's a harsher voice, and then there was like the cleaner voice. Then this one introduces a third voice, which is even harsher.
Yeah, I think that's why. Like it was so abrasive that for me it's like almost going over what I'm used to, I guess, or what I enjoy.
Yeah, I think they got rid of the harsher vocals by Crack the Sky.
Crack the Sky is a lot cleaner.
It is.
I think that's why it's my favorite.
Yeah, but you can still feel like Crack the Sky. What Crack the Sky is very good at is like giving you like an out of body kind of like, it makes you feel like you're.
It's like ethereal.
I gotta check out Crack the Sky, man.
And this album also does that, but it's more like you're stranded in the middle of an ocean.
Oh, this is actually an interesting segment. So this album, right? It's about Moby Dick. Features a lot of water in it. The next album, Crack the Sky, has the sky in it. This is because I don't know where I read this, but Mastodon was trying to do like this concept where they would do like an album for each of the elements, like the primordial elements, like fire, water, air, and like earth. So they made Leviathan as the first one about water. Then Crack the Sky is about air. And then
it was on Blood Mountain. You skipped Blood Mountain.
Blood Mountain, I think that one's fire. Or no, that one's earth, I think. I haven't listened to them, but I think they dropped the concept before they made like the final one.
Yeah, their Remission, their first album was fire. I think it's on Wikipedia, which is my my go-to source for anything. It was kind of like Remission was fire, Leviathan was water. Where did I? Oh man, now I gotta look at the. I'm trying to look in the. Yeah.
But there are, also another thing too is this is the only album that the concept isn't wholly original. Like this album is obviously inspired by Moby Dick, but Crack the Sky is a much more original narrative. Dang, I want to listen to Crack the Sky now. But this
Yeah,
album's
like
actually pretty good.
it is, and I like Crack the Sky too, but I'm also a fan of the heavier, and
Yeah, I
this
mean,
is a
yeah,
lot
it's everyone's
heavier.
taste, right?
Mm-hmm. What was that? Did you guys hear that?
The background, yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know
Crack the
what that was.
Sky. Crack the Sky is focused on like the Aether, you know,
Yeah.
the best Minecraft mod.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to Leviathan. So this song, Iceland. So I looked up. I had no idea what Jaime 73 was. It's the last lyric on the song. So in 1973 in Iceland, there was a volcano eruption, and it just destroyed, I think, the town of Heimli. So
Wow.
this whole song has to do with like, and okay, this is why I like kind of Mastodon is they start with a concept and then they make it really sound like that concept. So you know how people always say like, "Oh, Batman makes you really feel like you're Batman."
Oh,
This is kind of that equivalent. This is
I
kind of
have
that
that
equivalent.
exact joke in my new video.
Yeah.
I
So
have that exact joke.
the song I Am Ahab, it sounded just like water or like crashing waves, and this one is just so volcanic and like eruptive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's cool.
And
I didn't notice that.
all of like the references to Norse gods as well. There was hold on, there's a specific lyric. Spear, like the precision of Grundir, spear of the Norse god Odin. I think that's foreshadowing for like the upcoming harpoon spearing the whale. There's I think I'm not doing a lot of research into the lyrics, but I feel as if like if I were to do more research, like more things would come up, and there would be a lot more connections and a lot of depth to these lyrics that just like from the surface level it sounds really cool, but then like you dig a little deeper and it gets really interesting.
Yeah. I'm
The
trying to.
lead.
I'm
Oh, go ahead.
sorry. No, I'm just saying. I'm fiddling with my lavalier, and I might make some weird noises.
All right, Andrew, what were you going to say?
The lead guitarist is Brent Hinds, but like they have three people doing. I mean, they have one person doing bass and then two other people doing guitar.
Did you just say bass?
Yeah, sorry. I sometimes
Love
have
that bass.
weird accents.
Goss.
So that's cool. You can tell like they really create like an atmosphere with all that um with all the like the guitar that they had going on and the drums and the vocals. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm. And that's it too. When I feel like when people are introduced to metal and they start going into like the heavier stuff, kind of like from speaking from experience, the vocals, like the harshness of the vocals, become like almost a distraction as to like what the rest of the song is doing. Like you're not really focusing on the lyrics or the song, whatever. You're just thinking of, wow, that guy is screaming really aggressively, and I'm worried. But in this case, that's kind of the point, I think.
Well, they also do that like fade, right? Where the vocals are or the vocals are kind of put in the back. I would say like the Iceland the song we just listened to didn't do that as much. But
Yeah.
generally the vocals are more so in the background, which I really enjoy because it allows the guitar and the drum to come to the forefront.
It kind of harmonizes with them. And then
Yeah, exactly.
I think, Alex, were you saying this is like kind of what sludge metal is?
Well, it's more progressive, but sludge metal's whole deal is being like faded and not crystal clear, so it's more like bad equipment kind of feeling.
Right.
Not crisp, more sludgy. It's
Would you
hard
say
to
like kind of sludgy or mixing as well? Like on an audio track, kind of like what's going on here?
Yeah, that's why this is considered sludge metal, because I think the lyrics because the vocals aren't as like crisp. They aren't like at the forefront. They're more sludged in with the music.
Right. Okay. So it's like it's almost like shoegaze, but metal metal shoegaze.
Kind of.
You guys know what shoegaze is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good song. So okay, so far let's pause halfway through the album. Well, halfway. No, we're on
We have one
halfway
more
through.
song. We have
One more song, and then we'll
Yeah.
pause for a bit, and I'll ask you guys a question.
Okay, sure.
Next song is Iron Tusk. Let's give it some ear attention. Ooh.
Ooh, listen to those drums, eh?
Yeah.
I couldn't pay attention to the drums. I was listening to the lyrics.
So the lyrics definitely came up more at this song too.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but that like donna 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 donna
That's
Oh.
actually that's
Mm.
interesting. I've
it's
done
scrumptious.
it's tasty, like a parfait.
Like a good calzone.
Right.
So Andrew, what did you think of like sonically?
I like this song. I actually really like the vocals too.
Really?
Yeah, I felt they compared to the other songs. I don't know. I felt they had more going on. I don't know. They didn't feel as I guess grungy as the other songs did.
Kind of drowning. They weren't as drowned out.
Yeah, they
or
weren't as
like
drowned out. So I enjoyed that, and like it ended on vocals too, which I don't know if their other songs have. That was cool too. I like that. And the lyrics are interesting too. Like reading through them, I like them. I like the lyrics here.
yeah.
With most metal, people are a bit hesitant to get into it because it's like, oh, they're screaming. But yeah, it should. I'm glad that you like it because that means you can broaden your horizons.
Yeah, I mean, if I'd listened to this 2 years ago, I probably would have hated it, right? But after going through like a ton of like post rock and prog rock and I don't know other stuff, like this is definitely I guess I'm more open to this.
That's interesting. So you expanded your palette, right?
Yeah,
So that kind of allowed you to like accept this better.
Yeah, further expand my palette. It's like, if you this is gonna be a weird metaphor, but if you feed like a kid just like hot dogs and chicken fingers for his entire life, if he's like trying even like a hamburger for him will be pretty difficult, right? But if you're always experimenting with like different foods or it could be anything like different types of drinks or different whatever, then you'll always be open to new things. So the same for music. If you're always opening yourself up to new music, then I feel like you'll be more welcoming to new stuff.
Do you feel like the music you're just kind of listening to kind of prepared you for this?
I mean, in a way, like King Crimson definitely has some music that's similar to this. I would say it's definitely like really really heavy with like especially the instruments and even sometimes the vocals. There's another band that you showed me. I forget their name. What's your favorite album again?
Was Godspeed You, Black Emperor by the band is Godspeed You, Black Emperor, and they had an album lift your hands like lift your skinny fists to heaven like antennas.
It might have been that one. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, there's like definitely a lot of music out there that has sort of like music always shares different elements of each other. You know what I mean? Like they're always referencing each other, I guess. So like even if you're listening to like a softer rock song, they might have some elements of metal in there, or yeah. So it kind of goes back and forth.
Oh yeah. They all kind of. It's like if you take two pieces of construction paper, glue them together, then pull them back apart again. A little bit of one color gets on one page, and a little bit of the other one. I don't know where I saw that. I saw that when I was real young, but I keep thinking of that. It all just kind of influences each other, especially in like in North America, where we're. To be quite honest, this music isn't all that different from kind of regular. Like at the end of the day, this is metal, which is a derivative of rock, but rock is very universal. If we jumped like straight into like Chinese opera after
that
like
would
all
be different.
yeah. So there we are already kind of prepared to listen to this kind of stuff. Like we're familiar with the instrument for on cutting off. We're familiar with the instruments for one.
And I would say, compared to other heavy metal, I don't know. Maybe Alex has more to say on this, but it's not like as like it's not really shouting in your face. I would say it's not super loud, which for me makes it more, I guess, like I can actually digest it.
Would you say it's more subtle?
Yeah, it has elements like it's definitely metal, but I would say softer metal than what else I've heard.
Right.
Because it is progressive metal too, right?
Well, yeah,
Alex?
Whoa. Alex, you kind of fell out of there.
the voices kind of blend.
Well, Alex, you're cutting off a lot.
I think his Discord is dying.
Alex,
I am?
no.
Oh, there you go.
You did you say you were cutting off a lot, so you could repeat that.
Yeah, my Discord's dying. I was just voice kind of more into
Alex, no.
Here, how about we take
grades with the
Oh, hello.
music rather than having the.
Alex, you're cutting out. Alex, I think you might want to check your mic again.
I'm gonna take like a 10-minute break.
Oh,
all
right,
and then we can come back because we're like halfway through, anyways.
Okay.
Okay.
You see,
Making out with dolphins is absolutely bestiality.
No, no. What are you talking about? It was in the Bahamas, so.
Oh, okay.
what happens in the Bahamas stays in the Bahamas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Llewis, remember the guy in Cuba?
Dude, that guy was so creepy.
Yo, so Alex, we were. I don't know if this is gonna go on the podcast, but you can. We were in Cuba, and
Nice.
we were like in this elevator, with this older guy and this one girl who was probably like we were like 15. I'm guessing the girl was like 13 or 12.
Yeah, she was definitely younger than us.
And so like when she left the elevator, the guy like looked at us and like gave us like this really creepy laugh, like
yeah.
He's like, she was cute, wasn't she? Like she must have like a Slavic accent.
Yeah, no, I remember what he said. He said, "Wow, she was sure cute, huh?" And we just kind of looked at each other like, yeah. He's like, what kind of language is some kind of Slavic or something? Then he laughs and he's like, well, I better be going now. And then he left the elevator.
I can't imagine there being Slavs in Cuba.
And then Andrew and I looked at each other and we just lost our minds because it's like, who is this guy?
Yeah, he was like 40 or 50, like talking about this girl. It was so weird.
Ooh. How
Anyways,
sketch was Cuba? How sketch was it?
Well, it was a white guy. It wasn't a Cuban guy. We were in a resort.
No, I mean like Cuba in general.
No, they had communism, so it wasn't actually that sketchy. It's just that people didn't have freedom.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could have freedom if you just broke the law.
The sketchiest place I've been to is Guatemala, and it only looks sketchy on the outside because every single house has barbed wire and like padlocks and stuff. But then when you go in, you're like, wow, this is really nice. It's just on the outside, everything looks like it's from World War III, which it kind of is. But
you know what
from
else
like inside,
is part of World War III?
What?
This album. Hey, y'all, we just had a short break. Alex was having some mic difficulties, and
Because I'm
decided
big
to-
dumb, and
he was
I
big dumb.
I thought uploading now would be a good idea.
Anyways, Alex, you're about to say something pretty profound, and then
What was I going to say?
I don't
Hey, guys.
even remember
I got something profound.
what.
uh, I don't know. Let's go back to the album.
Yeah.
Ooh, next song is Megalodon. It has the really weird like southern riff that sounds like
Don't spoil the song. We just gotta listen to
Okay.
it.
You know, let's go. I'm starting.
Let's do it. Let's. Wow.
Are you snapping? Because
Yep.
this song snaps.
The song snaps your spine, and then it just goes.
That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
It had that weird like at like minute 1:20. It had
Goes
that
banjo.
weird banjo.
Goes
It had
banjo.
banjo.
Brang! That was my banjo impression,
And then it just like breakdowns.
dude.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Just goes.
I like the end too. That was really nice.
Mm-hmm. Just like 2 minutes of just instrumentals.
This just felt like, I don't know. It felt pretty like. There's nothing too crazy about it. I mean, the banjo part, yeah, but overall, it was just like a very well-made song.
Okay, was that a banjo or was it just a guitar emulating?
Probably
was it
guitar emulator.
emulating a guitar banjo? Ugh, my stupid mic keeps cutting out. Wow, what a song.
The
So
lyrics,
far,
I really don't get again, but they're cool.
If your
You know-
mic is cutting out, just paste it back in.
oh yeah, I'll stop uploading my YouTube video. Hold on.
No.
I think to summarize this entire album, it's just like the wrath of nature. You know, because just
Yeah,
like so much chaos, so much like destruction. You got references to pretty much all aspects. You got like natural disaster and like with
I think it's
Iceland.
more so on. I guess it kind of alludes to their later work, right? Which because they go through the 4 elements. So this is the first element, though, right? Water.
I thought the first element was fire.
No. Oh wait, their first. What was their first album?
First album was
Remission.
Was that about
Remission.
fire?
That one's fire.
Okay, yeah,
This
but
one's
yeah, it
water.
makes sense. That is talking about how like destructive nature can be.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the Fiji mermaid. That's interesting that they reference that because it's the Fiji mermaid was like a supposed mermaid that they captured and they had like a skeleton of it, but it turned out to be a fake. There's some really interesting pictures of it.
Interesting, yeah.
It ended up being fake though.
Wait, what was fake?
The Fiji mermaid.
Oh. I mean, weren't mermaids originally like manatees that like really lonely and single and single sailors thought like, yo, you see that thing down there? Hot.
I wouldn't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. That's the
Oh.
Fiji mermaid.
Weird. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Hot.
You'll
So-
edit a picture in, right, for the viewers.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, I'm
You
sorry,
gotta
viewers.
learn.
It'll be the thumbnail. How about?
No.
No way.
Who's gonna click on that?
Well,
I
I mean,
will.
who's gonna click on it anyways? But
Exactly. Okay, so I was checking the analytics for the first episode. Average watch time 8 minutes.
It is
Nice.
a long video.
yeah,
It's over an hour long.
you guys should get onto make sure you're on an RSS feed. You know what I mean, like a podcast feed.
I'm trying to figure out what that is. But anyways, let's just jump back into this song here.
Okay.
I think this is like, oh, it's probably about, it's about mermaids, but it's like
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
legend.
how, yeah, but they're hideous creations, human and animal, and they're like,
Oh, when there was that when there was that line, I just thought of like genetically engineered cat girls.
oh my god, no, 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 no. We were
Elon
almost through.
Sama,
We were
Elon,
we
please,
almost did a full episode with no weeb reference, and then
Elon San.
no.
Oh, man.
I have the power of cringe.
We almost made it through an episode with no weeb reference.
You can't take the weeb out of the person.
We can take the person out of the weeb.
That's called murder.
But no,
Yeah. Weebs aren't people.
exactly.
End of discussion.
There we go.
No.
Rough, Alex.
Do you think this album is actually about anime?
No.
If it was, that would be great, and it would make a lot of sense why I love it.
Is there a Moby Dick anime?
Yeah.
There's a Mein Kampf manga.
Oh my gosh, who did that? Whose idea was that? Why?
It's there's this whole series of
Oh my
manga
goodness.
that recreate classic literature, and they did Mein Kampf.
I don't know if that's like peak humanity or not. It's like humanity's reached its peak. We made a manga of mine.
I mean, there's also a manga version of To the Center of the Earth.
Yeah, but
I
Mein
found it.
Kampf,
Yeah.
center of the earth.
Captain
Mein
Ahab
Kampf.
continues his pursuit of Moby Dick in the year 4699. I don't know why they chose that number. This is the Moby Dick anime. It's called I don't even, can we get the weeb to read that?
Whoa! There's a Moby Dick anime. Hold up.
But it's in the future. It's in the future. I feel like the
that's
part.
even better.
Yeah, like they said it in the year 4000.
Oh, are they chasing space whales? They're fighting space whales now. Oh,
There you go. I found it.
holy
amazing.
That is wow.
Anyways, back to music.
Back to the music.
This was a pretty good track. I felt like a lot of their other stuff though that we've already heard.
Yeah.
You guys ready for some Naked Burn?
Yo, Naked Burns? What? Is this
Nice.
gonna be extra naked?
I hope so.
Oh, no, we're gonna get
You guys could definitely at this point we've kind of gone off the rails, but that's
yeah,
what,
this is the good part. This is where the podcast gets good because then we just start losing our minds. If you I need to
Yes.
upload part 2 of our microphones episode because
All right.
we just start going off. Okay.
We
Naked
started
Burn, let's
popping
go.
off, eh?
Naked
We
Burn.
just
Let's
started
just do
popping
it.
off.
I'm
Let's
starting
go.
it. I'm
Naked.
starting it.
And we're back.
Yes, we are.
All right. Okay. This is the song that I liked the most when I first listened to this album. This was the song I liked the most. And I just kept listening to this one.
It is quite good. You got the Crack the Sky vocals more.
Yeah. So Crack the Sky is pretty much this kind of song where it's like a lot more clean sections and a lot more clean in general.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I really like that. I like the vocals a ton. The Save Yourself, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That
It
really,
just like
I don't know, man. Like they set it up
just-
perfectly, and then it just
Mhm.
comes in there like a holy grail almost. I don't know. It's amazing.
it's such a contrast too. Like you don't expect it. When I was first listening to this album, I did not expect that at all. It just like it slices through it. like a katana in Japan. It's like anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
So that was really good.
Oh yeah. Wow, a lot to
That's
unpack
right.
here.
That's a right
Lyric-
banger there is.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa. Okay, so song, really good. Andrew, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you more interested in listening to metal after this?
This type of metal, yeah, progressive metal for sure. I don't know, like heavy metal, I'm not a huge fan of. I would say like Metallica or Iron Maiden, not really my thing.
You know what's funny? I think Led Zeppelin is heavier than Metallica's earlier albums.
You just broke him, man.
No, sorry, no, Metallica. I was gonna say Black Sabbath. I meant Black Sabbath.
Oh,
Thank
because I was
goodness, 'cause
like,
that,
hold up.
Yeah, I was. Wow. Why did I say that? Yeah, I meant to say Black Sabbath. I thought I was thinking.
I mean, yeah, Black Sabbath's early stuff is quite heavy, but like Kill 'Em All by Metallica is really good. Although I'm more of a Megadeth kind of person. Like the first couple of Metallica albums are really good, but then Black Album happened, and then they've never been good, and then they were never good again. Except that Megadeth is at least still good.
Speaking of Megadeth, this album so far, what do you think, Andrew?
it's really good. I really want to check out
Crack the
Sky.
Skia.
Yeah,
Crack the Skia.
Crack the Skia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one song on that album that's really good. It's the Tsar. Ugh,
Oh, those
I love
are.
that one.
It's a
And
weird album.
We still haven't gotten to their 14-minute song, so that I think I don't know. I'm excited for Hearts Alive. That's in after this one, after the next one we listen to.
But yeah, after this, the songs become more instrumental.
Yeah, and like I'm looking forward to that too. But this one is really good. This one was really good. I think this song that we just listened to. What's it called? Naked Burn. It was really good. I really like the lyrics too. Reading over them. They got some cool themes going on in there. Sort of like very mythological. Sorry.
Right. Kind of like the Leviathan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wonder why.
This album, it's just about monsters, dude. It's just about myth and monsters and
Yeah.
water and wetness and
Might and magic.
interesting they call this like Naked Burn when it's a water album. Interesting.
Haven't you ever done a belly flop? That's kind of like a naked burn.
Oh, dude. Just like flap the waters.
Ooh. It like burns. It really does.
This song kind of burns too. It's like, oof, save yourself. Don't wait on me. Oh, that's a burn. But like the good, not like the good kind of burn. Like, oh,
Get burned, son.
like heartache almost. My feet are sewn, endless bottom. Ooh,
Sounds
that's
like
also
he's
pretty
being.
dark.
Sounds like he got his feet are sewn to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah. Wow.
Every time I hear the church is burning, I think Norwegian black metal.
Oh yeah, that guy.
You know, the old church burner guy,
Oh yeah, that guy. What's his name again? Varg.
Varg Vikernes. He makes good music, and it sucks that he's a bit of a murderer.
And a neo-Nazi.
I mean, yeah, but he makes good music.
Does he still?
Yeah, he does.
You know, he probably makes good music, but you know what else is really good music?
Who?
Mastodon.
Yes,
With
they do.
especially with their next song, Aqua Dementia.
That's right. Let's go.
Let's do it. Aqua Dementia. Forget everything. Woo.
Yeah.
I really like that vocal style. I don't know, it feels rhythmic, and I like it.
Feels rhythmic.
I did not. It felt like they were screaming at me. I was overwhelmed. I felt like I did something wrong almost.
Do you think maybe that's the point?
Whoa, getting deep here. Maybe.
It's just like overwhelmed. Like it's just a lot of emotion. I think.
I
Just a
really
lot
like
of
switch
pure
ups.
passion.
Just were phenomenal.
Dude, it just like stops and then it starts again and then it just stops and then it like goes back and forth like waves crashing on the beach. You know?
It got to do something like dementia also somehow.
Oh yeah, you forget it, and then it starts the song over again, and then you forget it again. I wonder if Aqua Dementia is like an actual thing or just a clever title. No, it's just the name of the song. There's no like. So if like Aqua Dementia was like an actual like medical condition, you forget water.
Cool fact. I actually found Mastodon. I literally was in a record store and I saw Crack the Sky and I thought the cover looked cool. So I got it, and then I also saw Leviathan in the CD rack, and I'm like, oh, the same band. I might as well buy them both. And I literally bought them for the cover, and that's how I found them.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's the good thing about album covers is that they can be quite intriguing, but then you make a really bad album and then put an amazing album art on it, and then it's like, what is this?
The ending was cool too with the waves crashing, and then it goes into the next song. If you notice that, which I like. I like that. I like that. Not many people do that these days.
It flows like water. Just.
I mean, this was back before you could just pick out a specific song on Spotify. It was 2004. You had to buy the whole album, so you had to like listen from one song to the other.
Makes me wet.
Yeah, I miss that.
Well, there are still plenty of people who do that. The album I'm going to recommend next, just tease. The album I'm going to recommend next kind of does that too. But we'll see. Anyways, returning to this album. Very aggressive screaming. What exactly what in particular do you like about it, Alex?
About this song?
Yeah, like the vocal delivery.
It's just very, I don't know why, it's punchy and it's just so rhythmic. It makes me like the way it's like dun 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 da 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 da. I just like that. I like how it's like the vocals have their own riff.
Oh, okay. It's very raw. Would you say it's that too?
It's screech.
Hmm.
Except not screech. It's not like black metal where it's a lot more concentrated, and black metal is more like just long screeches, but this is more punch. You're punching with your voice.
It kind of gives it more weight.
Gives it more flavor, more texture.
So Andrew, what do you think?
The vocals?
Yeah.
Not a huge fan. Just like personally, just I don't know, man. When the vocals are that harsh, they kind of just drown out everything else, and it kind of takes away from the song for me, anyways.
That's fair.
So yeah, I don't know. I like their other stuff because they weren't. The vocals were more so like part of the music, like they're in the background. They weren't in the centerpiece. With this, it felt pretty harsh. So it's just not my style.
Yeah, this song is kind of mixed kind of differently than the rest. The vocals have more precedence over the melody and the harmony and etc. Now, for the 14-minute song.
Yes.
Oh baby, Hearts Alive. I don't know if I should pause recording and then start again when we do it, but yeah. Let's just jump into it. Hearts Alive.
let's just jump into it.
Oh man.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was good. That was phenomenal.
Oh boy.
That was really good. That's
That-
probably my favorite.
That's super proggy though. I just realized that's a really proggy.
That's probably why
Odd time signatures. Odd like
it started off like super King Crimson. I got those vibes.
Get that King Crimson vibe.
It switched like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Oh man. You know, personally, I don't think I can really get that much into metal just because of my taste. I'm a bit more of I'm the kind of person who likes to listen to specific things. And for some reason whenever I listen to metal, it kind of which is a little bit hypocritical because I like a lot of noise music. Like have you heard of noise rock? Like
Is
Yeah.
all music
Daughters.
noise?
Yeah, you've made that joke like a billion times, Alex.
Because
No.
it's so easy.
I know. But like I listen to a lot of noise rock, which is not metal. But I don't know. Maybe I just need to keep searching. I like this album so far, but I mean it's not like it's not punching me in the face, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need to listen to more metal or listen to like more entry level metal to kind of get the idea, and then I'll come back to it later, which is kind of what I've been doing. I've been trying to get into metal for a while now.
I really like this. I think this is entry metal though. It really, I don't know. It's not like
quite.
it's not like it's. I would almost call it hard rock. Like some songs on here, definitely, I would say are hard rock.
I was thinking more like as an entry level, as in like Black Sabbath, like early metal albums.
Yeah, you could do that.
It's so hard for me to see other stuff as hard rock though, because whenever I think hard rock, I think AC/DC. And
Oh,
AC/DC has one sound.
they released the
that's what I
same
think
album
of.
like 10 times.
So that's what I think of whenever I hear hard rock. I just think AC/DC, but that's not exactly what it is.
There's some hard rock if you want. Wolfmother is really good.
But you know why it's called metal? Because metal is harder than rock.
Ever heard of Hawkwind? That's kind of hard rocky.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm lying a little too, because I really like Judas Priest. I like their album Screaming for Vengeance. That's a really great album. I listened to Black Sabbath. I really like some of their early albums. I don't know why, but it's just this specific album. And I like Crack the Sky. That's a great album too, but I don't know why, but this specific album. Maybe I just need to listen to more kind of like it.
Judas Priest released like a electronic metal album that's actually pretty good.
Firepower?
No, not Firepower. It was Turbo Lover. It's
Firepower is
like
pretty
new
good.
wave. Firepower is good.
It's because I know why. It's because it's like really hooky. There's a lot of hooks. And this prog metal doesn't have a lot of hooks in it, which is really strange because I really like prog rock, which doesn't have a lot of hooks in it. So I don't know why. I'm getting a disconnect.
I like the lyrics to Hearts Alive.
Let's check those out. So
I think it's referencing Moby Dick. I think it's going back to the Moby Dick.
I think the song previous to this one was actually like the climactic scene where Ahab is fighting the whale.
I'd almost say this is the song. Like, look at the lyrics here.
This is more like melancholy, I feel. Actually, more like yeah.
I was interpreting it as like aftermath.
Could be, yeah.
Or maybe it's both.
Their lyrics are definitely pretty, I would say, open to interpretation.
Yeah. That's good too. I like open lyrics. It's not like bashing you over the head with like a theme.
Yeah.
It's not trying to overpower you with a theme or a moral. It's just kind of it's there, and you can take from it what you want.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
It's a very. This is like the kind of music I put in the background.
Yeah, I was doing that too. I was browsing Reddit.
I study to heavy metal. I study to this kind of stuff, even though everyone tells you not to.
You can study, in my experience, as long as it's music that can like isn't distracting you. So if I put this on to study, I would be really distracted, and probably Andrew too. But because Alex, you listen to a lot of this kind of music, it can just kind of, get put in the back of your mind. Because the
I'd
brain,
get too hyped on this, I think.
yeah. I tried to study to some post rock. The first time I ever listened to post rock to like Godspeed You Black Emperor, I was like, oh, these are like 20-minute songs. Probably not going to develop a lot. I'll just study to this. And I couldn't do any homework later on in that night because the music was so good.
Everyone talks about those lo-fi beats for studying to, except I never really liked them until now, because I realized those kind of lo-fi beats are perfect background music for YouTube videos.
And to relax / study to.
Well, yeah, but I've never really liked them except for background music, because all the music I like is terrible for background music.
That is true. Your music is terrible.
I mean, metal. Ooh, that was good.
Just joking.
Metal, like in the game, like Dune, like a lot of shooters, put metal in the background. Like,
Yeah,
it's not super distracting. But like, you kind of like go into the flow of the music while you're playing the game, right?
yes. So oh man, that's what I've been doing though. Is if I put this music on while
Yeah.
playing Doom, I would probably love it a lot more.
I'm wondering, Alex, when you put metal on to study, are you like, are you like hardcore studying? Like you're like breaking lead and stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah, Breaking Lead. Yeah,
Oh geez, that's a band name right there. Breaking Lead.
Breaking
Ooh.
Benjamin. When you just
Breaking
break
Lead. That's our
apart
metal band name. We're making a metal band. We're calling it Breaking Lead. And we're just gonna rip off Mastodon.
one band, one like type of music that I know is that I cannot study to, but I'm pretty sure other people would be able to study to. I have this really weird I don't know why, but there's this really specific genre that I'm in love with. It's Slavic folk metal.
Oh,
I don't know why it's like, do you know folk metal?
kind of. I can imagine.
So
Folk
think
metal
of
is
like,
basically just metal with violins and like fiddles and stuff.
well, technically, Led Zeppelin is a little bit of like folk rock because they do a lot of traditional English music. Folk metal is like it's taking the traditional aspects of your music and then making it metal. So English folk metal would probably have like some violins in it too, but it would also sound a little bit more like, Led Zeppelin, like on Stairway to Heaven, but, metal. And it's funny because you can make folk metal out of almost any culture. Like there's even like Canadian folk metal, which is like sea shanties. So basically this album, but like a sailor
Wow,
music.
amazing. Speaking of this album, let's finish it.
Yeah. How long is the instrumental?
Like 3 minutes.
All right.
I'm excited.
We'll listen to the instrumental and we'll come back and we'll do a wrap up.
This instrumental is not very metal. It's very
Very
different than the rest of the
Let's
actual.
go.
Let's just jump. Let's sprint to this finish.
Wow.
That
That
was
was different. That was way different.
It's like sitting on a boat and the boat's rocking you to sleep.
I have some interesting trivia about this.
Ooh.
So Joseph Merrick is a British man who he was born 1862, and around the age of 5, I think he like these deformities started showing up. 5 months old, I think, and so he got the nickname called the Elephant Man. And so I put a picture down there, but like he got like these really like thick skin, and like one arm was way bigger than the other. But in their previous album, Mastodon, they have an instrumental called Elephant Man. And then their next album, they have an instrumental called, let me see. Pendulous Skin. So in all three albums, they've had references to this man, which is really interesting.
Why do you think that is?
Who knows? Maybe they, I don't know.
Maybe they're.
So maybe something about him attracts. I really don't know.
I mean, I've watched a bunch of documentaries on him, and it's more like he seemed like a pretty cool guy, but he got like his whole life was kind of destroyed by his body.
Like he would wear a mask around, like a hat with a mask on it, so that people didn't have to see.
But yeah, this song reminds me of Opeth, kind of, because it kind of has that sort of feeling. Specifically, like Blackwater Park, that album specifically from Opeth.
I have not heard of Opeth.
They're pretty. They're basically their early stuff is like death metal, and as they've gone along, they've become more and more progressive. But their middle stuff is really good because they mix like growling and like really clean vocals. Like the singer for Opeth, I don't know why, I'm like really into him. He seems really cool.
You're really
And I
into
like
him.
watching. No, I like watching interviews of him because he's such a chill guy.
Nice. Aren't they from Sweden, or was that Gojira?
They're from Sweden. Gojira's French, and apparently the singer of Opeth has like a massive record collection.
All
It's
right.
this is a very good song.
Yeah, that was a good album. I liked it.
All right. Well, final thoughts.
I'm glad I can convert another one.
I'm definitely gonna check out their more, I guess, like softer, more instrumental, more atmospheric stuff.
Basically, everything after Crack the Sky is very progressive.
Yeah, and the quality kind of dips a little.
Well, yeah, they peaked at like Crack the Sky.
Yeah.
Their new stuff's pretty good, but not as good as their old stuff.
More albums similar to this. Alex, do you have any more recommendations?
Like this?
Yeah.
I mean, there's that one album by Gojira, the one with the flying whales. I think that's Magma.
Wait, what? Wait. Back up. Flying whales.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
what?
I looked up Magma by Gojira, and Google user says 99% like this album.
Well, like the people who are listen to this kind of music are probably gonna like it.
But yeah, Magma is a very good album by Gojira. Very good. It was released in 2016, but their second best sucks. The only album I have off Gojira isn't even their best one. Oh, from Mars to Sirius. That's the one with the flying whales.
Mars to Sirius. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
this is fun.
This was a good experience.
I enjoyed that. Yeah. It definitely gave me some new tastes or some new genres to explore.
Yeah.
Always looking for. Thanks for hosting me.
We're not done yet, though.
Oh, what's going on?
I've still got my recommendation. Oh, not my recommendations. My the next album. So we're gonna do another choice.
Oh no.
Okay, Alex. All right.
I hate it when you give me two options and they get mad when I pick one of them. Like you're the one that gave me two options.
I wasn't mad. So we got the
Well-
classic. We got the one from last time. Daughters. Which is noise rock.
Did I make the joke about how it looks like the middle face from that? How'd you do? And how do you feel about
How
gym
do you
today?
feel about Jim today? Oh, I have that
Bad?
somewhere on my picture.
Ooh.
And
Or
then we have
good?
another album that Andrew has actually listened to a little bit of.
Which one?
Hold on, trying to find it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Hold on, trying to do something. I'm trying to do something. My computer doesn't like it. Okay.
Oh,
Revolutionary.
this is a good
Yeah.
album.
Okay. So the one on the top, Daughters, You Won't Get What You Want. And then the one on the bottom, it's a band called Ground Zero. And they made an album called Revolutionary Peking Opera version 1.28. Now, both of these albums are technically similar genres. They're both noise rock, but one of them they're both very different from each other at the same time. They're kind of difficult to listen to if you don't listen to noise rock, but they're very rewarding.
I've listened to some pretty weird stuff. I think I can handle it.
Which one are you gonna choose?
So we got
Daughters on the top.
We got the Muyu on the top, and we got the atomic
Legs.
bomb on the bottom. Get it? Because Ground Zero.
Ground Zero is like
yeah. If you're a weeb, you're gonna like the bottom one.
Oh, watashi.
less if you're a weeb and more if you're into like China.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of anime in the bottom one.
Watashi wa no Weebu-kun.
Wait, there's anime in it? I didn't pick up on any of that.
Were you not listening to it, dude? There's all these Japanese people talking. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese.
No, it's Chinese.
It's from Hong Kong, right?
No, this is Ground Zero is a Japanese band fronted by this guy who does turntable music, and they wanted to make a kind of an album based off of Chinese opera.
Yeah, so it's definitely anime in there then.
I don't know if there's anime because anime is Japanese.
Not every Japanese person is anime.
Yeah.
No. But I've listened to this album and like I've heard like stuff from anime. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Did you hear? Ha ha
Andrew?
ha, Jotaro.
Jotaro. No, this was released in like 19 something. Anyways, Alex, your choice. Void or Legs?
I'm
Head or
gonna go
legs?
for the Void.
Gonna go for Daughters?
Void.
All right. Oof. By the way, Daughters came out last year. This album came out last year and it's amazing. Okay, Daughters it is. Ugh.
I think that's the end of it. I think we're
the end.
done.
That's
Wow.
it. That's it. We're over.
Incredible. This is a good experience.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait I need to wait for this to end before I can upload my video. Otherwise, my internet will die.
Okay, let's end it.
All right. Signing
Goodbye.
off. Bye.
Bye.